We here live and direct. I know you're used to hearing my man Common's track, the corner playing when we first come in, but we're having a little technical difficulty in the studio. They're working on it, and so we're coming to you live right up here at Clear Channel, WGCI, Sports Unplugged. Of course, you know me. My name is Leon Rogers, a.k.a. the Destin Legend. Sitting right across from me is the man who pushes the buttons and makes it happen, my man, Medium Mad. We can't call him Big Mad no more. Let's get right into it. NBA, I'm pissed off, Mad.
Go ahead.
I'm pissed off. Let me tell you why. This is why I get so angry at Chicago teams. And the reason why is Rudy Gay just went to the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah.
For little or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know all of the specifics, but I'm going to pull up this trade.
Right.
I'm going to pull up this trade, and the trade was between the Toronto Raptors,
Memphis Grizzlies, and Detroit Pistons. Right.
Now, listen.
Mm-hmm.
They agreed to a 6-player trade Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
The Grizzlies, in the midst of a money-motivated makeover, acquired forward Ed Davis, veteran guard Jose Calderon, and a deal that sent backup center Hamed Hadida to the Raptors.
Right.
Memphis then shipped Calderon to Detroit for Austin Day and Tayshaun Prince.
Right.
There is only one all-star in that group of players that got moved around, and he's pretty much almost done.
Yeah.
And that's Tayshaun Prince.
Right.
You mean to tell me the Chicago Bulls, who are in desperate need of a wing scorer, someone who can create his shot off the dribble and get to the basket, get fouled, and occasionally knock down a deep shot in the pocket to keep Derrick Rose from being double-teamed. With the pieces that you have on that team, you could have not thrown your hat into the mix and given them, because looking from what teams got, you couldn't have given them a Rip Hamilton. You couldn't gotten a Boozer off the books. You couldn't have gotten a Luol Deng off the books. This is a perfect time. Luol Deng, I love Luol Deng, great guy. But once again, he's going to fool you Bulls fans. I made the All-Star team again this year. It's come time for me to get another contract. Bulls going to cash him out. He's going to miss the first 2 seasons with injury. This is what's going to happen. I'm letting you know. And then you're going to be back to square one without that secondary scorer. Rudy Gay can give you 20 points a night. He can give you 20 and 5 from the 3 spot. Move Jimmy Butler to the 2. Nice backcourt. Nice sizable backcourt, athletic backcourt. Joe in the middle. Boozer if you keep him at the 4, or Taj. You get real athletic real quick, and then people was like, well, the chemistry will be messed up. Look, Rudy Gay has never been a ball hog.
Right.
And that's probably was one of his problems at Memphis. I think he could have been a better player if he was a little bit selfish. But to come to Chicago and play with a guy like Derrick Rose, he would get buckets, he'd be happy, and you'd have 2 perennial all-stars in the East on your team every year. 3 if you count Joe King, which is probably one of the better centers in the East.
Okay.
Why? Why not take the chance?
Because Tom Thibodeau loves Lou all day. Look here, man.
But what if you didn't have to get rid of Lou? Like, I'm looking at what the teams gave up. But there's not a Luol Deng type player there.
No, you're right. You're right. And the question, would be you bring Rudy Gay here and you have Luol Deng here.
You move Lou to the 2, where he should have been playing when he came in the league. Lou's been playing out of position. He's not a 3. He played 2 in college.
He's 6'9".
Okay. He can't play the 2?
He can play the 2 or the 3.
Okay. Put him at the 2. Put Rudy Gay at the 3. Now people were saying Rudy Gay is going to want the max next year. You gave Lou the max?
Oh, not so much.
You gave him a lot. You gave him a lot more money.
You gave him a lot of money, but he didn't give.
He's not going to get that anywhere else.
Probably
you let
not.
Lou go right now, he won't get the money that the Bulls gave him anywhere else.
Probably not. Not as much, no. I don't think so.
And how old is Rudy Gay?
Gay, what, 26?
Under 30.
So is Lou. I mean, the thing is, they both came out of college at the same time. Everyone was, basically saying it's either Lou, Rudy Gay or Luol Deng. when it comes to like the three position.
Rudy gives you the better offense.
Yes. That's
defensively,
definite.
they were like, well, Rudy Gay doesn't play defense. Well, Cal Corver didn't either, and Boozer doesn't either. In Tibbs' system, they help each other.
Right.
So I don't think he's that bad defensively where he just be getting torched.
He's not an Olay. He's not an Olay.
No, he's not.
But he's not as good as Lou.
He's not as good as Lou, but on the offensive end, he might can go for 30.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see Lou going for 30 against a premier small forward.
Right.
You know, I can see Rudy Gay going for 30 against a Carmelo.
And he can get his buckets off the dribble, he
can run the floor,
which is something that we don't have on our team.
Except for him. And your next biggest threat off the dribble is
Nate Robinson.
Nate the skate.
Mm-hmm.
And he's 5'1".
Mm-hmm.
I just get so frustrated. This is the answer. This was the answer. And I don't think you had to give up a lot to get him. It's just like with the Bears. Asante Samuel was out there. Go get him. The Falcons got him for little of nothing from the Philadelphia Eagles.
They did go. They've gotten Jay Cutler. They've gotten Brandon Marshall. The Bears haven't not just been doing nothing. I'll give them that much.
Yeah, they helped the offensive side of the ball.
Well, yeah, but then when it comes to the Bulls, the Bulls have frustrated me because I felt there was pieces that they could have gotten before, and O.J. Mayo. They could have gotten even the Danny, not Danny Green. Who's the
Gerald Green.
Gerald Green,
Mr. Excitement.
Yes, and I think his game I think has evolved.
Love it, and he's playing with the Pacers.
With the Pacers, I thought they could have got. I could have sworn they were trying to get him.
They might have two of the most explosive guys in the NBA on their team, and Paul George and him.
Yeah, and right with Granger out, they've been playing well. Paul George an all-star.
Then when Granger comes back, you get even that much more athletic.
So, I felt that the Bulls have had an opportunity to get another scorer on the team, and they just will not pull the trigger, won't open up the pocketbook. What are they going to do with Boozer? We don't know. The Bulls front office plays it completely safe.
Close to the vest.
They'd rather not make a mistake than go get a game changer. They'd rather just, Tibbs' system will work. We're going to grind it out, and we'll see what happens.
I'm just looking at Derrick Rose coming down on the break and throwing a lob to Gay, similar how D-Wade throws it to LeBron.
Hey, man, it would have been nice. And when you see these trades or when you see O.J. Mayo go to the Mavericks for less than nothing, y'all could have signed him to that. We got. But everybody's so scared about the future. Well, when it comes time for him to re-up, then you deal with that then. But do you want to win now, or are you just? I feel Chicago fans. But with OJ, I feel like Bulls fans are happy with just going to the playoffs and getting to the Eastern Conference Finals and say woulda, coulda, shoulda. Because everybody I have this debate with, first thing they say to me is, "Well, you got to understand, we went to the Eastern Conference Finals just 2 years ago with a team." I'm like, and what happened? You got exposed when it came time late in the game, and LeBron said, "Hey, Lou, I don't have to guard you. You want to know why? Because I don't believe you can hit a game-winning shot to beat us. So I'm going to go over here and help D-Wade with Derrick. Or take Derrick by myself.
And force him into a bad shot.
Right.
And I'm going to leave D-Wade over here to guard you 6'9", because we don't believe you."
It's something you said a couple weeks ago, or was it last week, where everyone is basically waiting for Derrick Rose to come back because the Bulls have been playing well. They're playing, I'm telling you,
they do this every regular season.
It's an ugly game that the Bulls play. It's not the most fun, game to watch, even when Derek is there. But the thing is, with the way they play now, they can win ball games. They play tough defense, and they just get the buckets that they need to get.
Right.
Now the thing is, and they move the ball really well too. Here's the thing: you bring in a point guard who handles the ball a lot.
They're gonna watch him.
They're going to watch it.
They're going to sit around awestruck.
The offense, because it happened last year when we noticed when Derek would be out, how well the offense moved without him out there. Like the ball would move around, pass would be going on, but then when he'd come back in, it'd be stagnant. It'd be Derek 1-on-5.
What if Derek
what the hell?
comes back and moves to the 2 and let Kirk handle the ball?
I believe there's going to be opportunities for that to happen. I'm going to believe there's going to be opportunities where Derek runs at the 2 and Nate is running point. You know what I'm saying? That with the amount of guards that we have, they're going to be able to move things around.
And I get that. But I'm just looking at any guard combination you put out there, there's a serious weakness. You put Derek out there with Nate Robinson, you suffer Nate being small, playing defense. You put him out there with Kirk and you move Derek back to the point, Kirk's going to struggle guarding that athletic too. He's going to get in foul trouble.
No,
I'm saying is you bring this Rudy Gay guy in. You make it some way where even if you give up Lou, you keep Jimmy Butler. You put Jimmy at the 2. You got a nice size backcourt that's athletic and defensive. Jimmy Butler has that dog. He's got that dog.
Well,
in him. I like that.
But I'm going to tell you this.
And Rudy Gay at the 3.
Here's my thing. I think Jimmy Butler is another reason why Rudy Gay didn't come here. I believe because the way he's been playing made him think, well, we really don't need to get Rudy Gay.
He still doesn't. He's not going to give you 20 points per 20. He's not a 25 guy. I don't care what anybody says. He's nice.
No.
Don't get me wrong.
Right.
He might be a 10-10 guy. Or he might be a 10-5 guy. He's not a 20-5 guy.
I think he can turn into a 15-7 guy. I really do.
That's not enough.
I know, but the thing is,
Ben Gordon was a 15-7 guy.
But the thing
you let him go.
Actually, Ben Gordon was 20.
You let him go.
But I think Jimmy Butler, I think the way he's been playing, when he filled in for Lou and everything like that,
he's got that dog. I love him.
I don't think we need anything else.
He's not scared. I don't know.
It's the Bulls and it's what they do. The Bulls are safe.
And I think Bulls fans out there, I think they are happy with just going to the playoffs and going.
Bulls fans are so used to disappointment since the Jordan era in all sports. Since the Jordan era, outside of maybe the Blackhawks and the White Sox getting the championship,
right?
That when we see our team actually playing well, we're happy because
it's not enough,
because we were so used to seeing this team being terrible.
If you want to
then being average, our team is above average, is better than average.
I want them to be elite. Miami's an elite team. OKC elite. Clippers on the verge of being elite.
Thing is, the Bulls were an elite team because they kept on winning the regular. They had the best record in the regular season 2 years in a row. So they were up there. They were one.
Were they elite or were they good in the regular season?
They were good in the regular season. But
playoffs determine eliteness.
Well, yeah.
And San Antonio Spurs may not have the best record.
Oh no,
in the
San
West,
Antonio Spurs.
But come no. They become an elite team.
But the playoff. No. But the Spurs are an elite team just because they're an elite organization.
But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, that's great. You had the best record regular season 2 years in a row.
Right.
You went home Eastern Conference Finals. You went home first round. You couldn't beat Philadelphia without your star player. That's something, if you're an elite team, you still should be able to handle them.
Right.
You still should be able to handle a Philadelphia 76ers squad. Boston, for as old as they are, I would think that if they lost Rajon Rondo, they could still handle Philly.
Well, I think that Boston will probably still make it to the playoffs without Rajon. I don't think they get out the first round without Rajon.
Depends on who they play.
They're the AC right now. That means they'd be playing Miami. You know,
but some teams,
even if they play New York, I don't see them coming out.
Some
the first
teams
round.
match up better with Miami than others.
Yeah, you're right.
Boston can make the game ugly, very physical.
They need Rajon Rondo to beat Miami.
Did they need him the last game?
Now you do know.
Did they need him the last game? And
No.
Miami was at full strength. But what I'm saying, here's the difference between the Boston Celtics and the Chicago Bulls. Boston's been there. Boston has players on their team that have played in pressure situations. So if I gave anybody's a puncher's chance against Miami in a 7-game series, it would be Boston, even without Rajon Rondo, because Mario Chalmers is not going to kill Bradley.
Real quick, we got to segue. We got to go real quick. Jalen Rose versus Shaq.
Jalen Rose versus Shaq is probably the funniest Twitter beef ever. Jalen kind of called out Shaq because Shaq has been playing nicey nice and makeup with Kobe Bryant. And Jalen's under the assumption like, look, man, you and the dude, you know, you made a song called Kobe Tell Me How My Ass Tastes.
Right.
Keep it 100.
Yeah.
Don't butter up now because, you know, you're trying to reach out to him and you feel bad for him. You know, deep down, Jalen basically said, you know, deep down inside, you're glad the man getting his ass handed to him. And you're trying to make nice on TV. So he started.
And it all kind of started when NBA TV replayed the 81-point game. And, of course, when Kobe got to 81, most of them points came on Jalen Rose's head.
Yes, they did. So, you know, Jalen sent out a tweet, says Shaq has Superman emblems in his home like a clown. Plus, TNT has a sideshow silly segment to hide from the fact that he can't talk. So Shaq, you know, the guys at TNT.
That you know, that was.
The guys at TNT let him have it. You know how they are. They showed the tweet.
Right.
And Shaq was like, who is that? I don't know who that is. You know, whatever. Now, what I can't stand is when guys go to the how many rings I got, you don't have any rings thing. That, to me, that means nothing. You win rings as a team.
Right.
You're not the sole reason that the Lakers won in. Technically, some people say it was a passing of the torch during a couple of them rings. Maybe the first two was yours, but then after that, it was the Kobe show, and that's the reason why you left. But I think Jalen did it just to get understand. I think with Jalen is good-natured ribbon. I think Shaq took it kind of personal. And if I was Jalen, I continue to walk around with that bat that he does on the podcast.
Yeah, because the podcasts are the truth, though, but the bat is hilarious.
Because if Shaq runs up on you, and any NBA player real enough to admit that he wears knockoff Gucci shirts, he's okay with me.